So we start out with what's your name, or what are you called, or what do you know?
My name's John.
John.
Jonathan. I was born in Florida, and I was adopted by some people in New York. Lived there until I was 15.
And then did you come to San Francisco then?
No, I left home and lived with my uncle for a couple of years and finished high school.
Okay.
And then I came out here I was about 20 years old.
Okay, how long ago was that roughly?
See, I'm 58 now, so
So a while.
yeah, 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
So you've been in San Francisco that long?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've probably seen San Francisco change over the years?
Oh yeah, a lot of changes in the city.
What's some of the biggest changes you've noticed?
Well, the rent.
The rent.
The rent
Yeah.
has really gone up. I mean, skyrocketed. I used to be able to get places other than the hate. A couple $100 and you get a flat there.
Yeah.
Now it's $2,400, $3,000. You know.
What other changes have you seen aside from rent?
Just the people, the different generation of the hippies, and then now it's more of a, it's kind of.
So let's see. Were you here in the '60s? Were you here that far back?
No, I was in the '70s.
'70s, but there were probably still hippies around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
'70s, '80s.
Were you ever in that hippie crowd? Were you a hippie?
Yeah, I was.
Sort of.
I got involved. I used to work for Bill Graham, the rock promoter. And
Did you really?
Yeah, and I did a lot of music technician stuff.
Okay, like audio board or cables and speakers and stuff.
Like I worked for Rock Medicine, the medical part of it.
Oh, the medical part.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a lot of drug overdoses and stuff.
Yeah, and just help with that.
Oh, okay. What were some of your favorite all-time concerts that you remember?
I just remember when the Rolling Stones came to the Candlestick Park and the Who.
Were you working those?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A long time ago. I don't remember what year it was. It was a while ago.
What was that like, working backstage for the Rolling Stones?
It was just fun.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of fun.
Did you actually meet the Rolling Stones?
I never actually met them. I met some of the dead, but...
Some of the dead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are they as nice and friendly as they seem to be?
Characters, they're nice people, yeah.
Yeah.
They were into their music,
Yeah.
I really like their music.
Yeah, okay. What's your living situation now? What are you doing?
I'm living at a place called, I just got a place. I was living at next door in the shelter.
The shelter.
And then my wife passed away last year.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I had been working, about 8 years ago I got into an accident. I've been out of work.
Oh.
I'm trying to apply for SSI right now.
Oh, okay.
Because I work long enough, but I'm not old enough to get my retirement money yet.
Right.
It's a few years short, so but I'm having problems physically, so that kept me out of getting a place to stay. I've been homeless for about 5 of those 8 years.
Five of the last 8 years.
I've been at least 5 years, maybe long. On and off, about 8 years.
Yeah. Do you remember the first? Have you had to sleep out on the street?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you remember the first time that happened and what that was
probably
like?
About God, years ago I did, but it was pretty rough, being out there in the street. There was I remember having to find cardboard to lay on top of, and
Oh yeah.
My clothes had been ripped off, and I didn't have anything.
Oh wow.
And I ended up finding a place, and I used to panhandle for money on put up a sign. I wouldn't bother.
Did you have a gimmick? What signs
I
worked
put
the
a
best?
sign and just asked for people. Nobody owed me nothing, so I just asked, please help me. I'm homeless, and if you can help me, God bless you. Thank you, God bless you.
Did most people treat you with respect?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so on?
no, yeah.
Could you kind of tell ahead of time which people were going to give and which were not, or?
Kind of had a feeling, but not really. Because a lot of times it would seem like even the cab drivers would come by, and I know they're working and they aren't making much money, and they'd give me $1.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, which is, it was pretty incredible.
What's the most someone ever gave you?
Something I got $100.
$100.
Yeah, $100
Wow.
bill.
Wow.
This woman came by. It was like Christmas.
Oh, Christmas.
Day before Christmas.
Okay.
She gave me a $100 bill about 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody
Now,
ever?
for a while, I was living out here with my wife, and we and her got homeless after I lost my job, and so me and her were living on the street together. That was really difficult. She didn't want to live in a shelter because we couldn't be together.
Yes.
She wanted to be with me, and I wanted to be with her, but I used to try to talk her into being in a shelter because I didn't want her out here in the cold and the rain.
Right.
She wouldn't do it. She wanted to be with me. She died of cancer last year, though.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of rough. I started drinking again. I went into treatment for a while from drinking, and I've been kind of struggling with that since she passed away. I started drinking real heavy. But now I'm back. Okay, I got into years ago into doing heroin, and I got a recovery though. I'm doing methadone now.
Okay.
So I do that, and I'm trying to survive. You know.
Yeah. What do you do on a typical day? What's a typical day like?
Well, right now I'm just entertaining a friend. I came up here to meet you, but I had a friend come stay over. And, me and him are hanging out, just watching TV right now at my place. But on the whole, I'm just out there trying to. I go to a library a lot. See people. I just hang out with my friends out here.
Do you have internet access? Do you surf the internet at all?
I do a little bit, yeah.
On like a phone or a library?
Mainly on a library.
The library,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I go there.
Well, maybe you'll go to this channel and subscribe. How about that?
Yeah, I think so. I'll check it out.
Okay. So, a lot of people say that San Francisco gives too much resources to the homeless and it attracts people from all over and that they shouldn't be doing so much. What do you say to that?
I just say that I thank God they're doing something because I know there's a lot of people in this world struggling and I wish I right now was able to work and what do you do? I mean, I'm glad there's some help. I did pay taxes for a number of years. I worked long enough to get my retirement. I'm just not quite old enough yet.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if I could go back to work, I would right now. But I can barely bend down and touch the ground.
Yeah.
So.
Are most of the homeless people that you meet, are they in a similar situation?
Some are, some aren't. I feel like some people do take advantage of the system.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. And I also feel that there's people out here that would help each other, and we try to help each other, and there's other people that rip off each other. And I think it's a real shame to see the homeless people ripping off other homeless people when they should be caring about each other and helping each other.
Yeah.
But there are people that also feel the same
Would
way.
you say that's a large percentage, a small percentage?
There's a big percent. I think it's about 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah. I could be wrong, though.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
But I think maybe more. I think there's more people that realize that we need to help each other. That I run into. But it's hard. You really got to watch yourself out here because people get hurt.
Yeah. What advice would you have for someone who's coming from out of town? They maybe are on the edge. They don't have any place to stay. They think they're going to come here and just hang out on the streets. What advice you got?
If you have a better opportunity to do something somewhere else, then do it. But if you can't, I wouldn't say San Francisco is a place just to come, but they do help out. But it's getting to the point where it's getting burdensome here. There's only so much people can do.
Yeah.
My advice is to try to, if you go back to work, go to work. If you can. If you don't, then you can apply for, get yourself some help and apply for SSI or disability and do what you can.
Do you ever go around and visit the touristy parts of San Francisco? Do you ever sightsee and stuff like that?
I do a little bit, but it's kind of hard because I find, people don't always, it's hard being homeless sometimes when you're in poverty, being around people that have money,
I see.
It's kind of, you don't fit in, you feel like you don't.
Do you think people spot you and are thinking, hey, he's homeless?
Yeah, I think sometimes. Right now I look okay and I just got my hair cut, but sometimes I can't do that, so,
Yeah, so you feel like you kind of stick out a little bit.
But on the whole, and I think, people are tired of the homeless people coming out here.
Yeah.
And I understand that. There's a lot of money involved in this. But then what are they going to do? I don't think people should understand that there are people that really aren't trying to take advantage of it. There are people that do need help.
Yeah.
And won't take advantage of it, won't just give it a kind of live in it. If they can get help and then move on, that'd be the best way to live. Because let's face it, getting GA is not, it's very, very hard to live on that.
So it's not fun being in this situation.
No, it's not.
You're not like a carefree, happy person living off the government,
I'm not. And there are a few that, I don't think there's many that are very happy with that.
Yeah.
They might be in denial or or cover themselves up with drugs. But you know, even that's going to end up being a dead end trip when they get older.
Yeah.
You know, and my saying would be to stop it now before it gets too late and you end up dying earlier, sick, because you've been using so much.
Yeah. What about special skills or hobbies or talents? What's anything along that line?
I wish I had. I don't have music. I like music. I like to listen to music, but I just haven't had the time to learn. I like to work with people. You know.
Okay. If there was something you could do that aside from your disability, if there's some work you could do, what would that be?
Probably get back into
there goes some tourists there on those little rental thingies.
Oh, yeah, I think those are great. I think those would be fun. Yeah. But I was thinking of. I used to be a cab driver, thinking about driving a cab for a while again.
Cab industry's under pressure from Uber and Lyft and all that.
I know.
Well, maybe what do you think about that?
Well, I don't really know a lot about it, but yeah, I hear that though. I hear that.
Yeah. Have you ever been a cab driver?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Years ago, I was.
Did you enjoy that? Was that
I
good?
actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and I like working with people.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
But I think basically I wouldn't mind getting back into recovery work.
Oh, okay.
Or working some with the hot team, I think is a good.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Working with people and disabled people.
Okay.
You know, that would be something I really would like to do.
Oh, all right. Do you ever play the lottery or anything like that?
Not really.
No.
I used to, but I find I just don't have the money to do it, and you know, you can only win if you play. You know?
Yeah, that's true. So, like, if you won the big jackpot and got millions of dollars, what do you think you would do?
Oh, I think I definitely have a better time. But, I mean, I think I'd give. I have a son that I'd like to help.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Leave some money to, and make sure he's all right.
Where is he now, if you want to say?
He's in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas?
Yeah.
That's an interesting place, Las Vegas. Yeah. Have you been to Las Vegas?
I've been there, but I haven't. We haven't connected.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
My homelessness is causing problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Well, all people from all over the world might be watching this, so who knows? Somebody from anywhere could be watching. Anything you want to say to the world in general?
I just hope the world comes together in a better way. I think everybody deserves a good life and a good quality of life. And I hope you all obtain that through helping each other.
Okay.
And I think love's a very important thing.
Oh, that's very nice. Okay. Well, anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
I think that's it. Really nice meeting you, though.
That was nice talking to you. Thank you. Thank you.